Ask motoring enthusiasts about their favourite hot hatchbacks, and the chances are that Volkswagen's iconic Golf GTI will be near the top of the list, and rightly so. After all, the GTI pioneered the hot hatch trend, and 6 generations on, it's still one of the genre's leading exponents. Today's Golf 6 GTI is a 155 kilowatt turbo engine tar burner, and it's already being described as the best GTI yet. But in the performance arena, good is never good enough. Now, the current Golf GTI might be the pinnacle of that nameplate in this particular time, but that doesn't mean that it's the fastest Golf around. That honour belongs to a brand new member of the range, and it's called the Golf R. The R is to Volkswagen what the S is to Audi, a moniker applied only to specially optimized performance cars. To take that analogy another step further, the Golf R is to the Golf lineup what the S3 is to the Audi A3 range, a performance flagship. The Golf R is equipped with all the right stuff: a turbo engine, all-wheel drive, big wheels, fat tyres, and the obligatory understated body kit. The result is a car that looks stern and purposeful, but not too menacing or over the top. The visual differences rely on the addition of a styling package that includes a deeper front air dam and larger air intakes, extended sills, and a revised rear apron. The grills and air intakes are finished in glossy black, and the aluminium wheels are new multi-spoke designs shod with the obligatory fat, sticky rubber. Larger brakes and calipers provide a further clue to this Golf's dynamic talents, while the mirror housing gets the black treatment too. At the rear, the twin exhaust tailpipes have been centralized and jut out from an integrated diffuser, also finished in contrasting black. The 2-litre direct injection engine's output is raised to a rumbustious 188 kilowatts by upping the turbo boost to 1.2 bar and adapting the engine management system accordingly. Some engine components have also been strengthened. The 350 Nm torque peak adds satisfying grunt to the overall power delivery. The combined cycle consumption figure is a claimed 8.5 litres per 100 kilometres, but take that with a pinch of salt or a whiff of high-octane fuel. Driven with enthusiasm, between 11 and 12 litres per 100 kilometre in mixed conditions would be a more realistic expectation. Golf R buyers get to choose between a 6-speed manual gearbox and this, a 6-speed dual-clutch DSG gearbox. This option, of course, the more efficient and also slightly quicker. But as far as traditionalists are concerned, well, you know what, we'll probably prefer the good old manual shift gearbox. The 4-motion all-wheel drive system is another key addition to this flagship package. It uses a Haldex multiplate clutch to share the power between the front and rear axles, adding vital traction and composure. The independent suspension is even stiffer and lower than the already talented setup of the GTI. You'd expect a performance car like the Golf R to handle really well, and of course it does. After all, it does have 4-motion 4-wheel drive. But you can also tweak the suspension a little bit further. It has 3 settings: comfort, normal and sport. And I must say, in sport setting, it gets very taut indeed. And while we're about switches, you can also take off the ESP, which of course is the stability control setting. Now, most of the time you'd probably want to run with that setting in place. But when you switch things off, the car gets just that little bit livelier. And frankly, with the all-wheel drive, the liveliness is quite welcome. So, it looks the part and it has the muscle, but what does it all boil down to in sheer performance terms? For all intents and purposes, this is a quick car. The 0 to 100 time 5.5 seconds, which, by the way, is 0.2 of a second quicker than the manual version. The top speed limited to 250 kilometers an hour. And while we're on that subject, 250 km an hour is probably more than most of us would ever want to drive. So why on earth would one want to go faster? Well, the point is, if the car can do it, it just would be nice to know that it can actually do it instead of being reined in electronically. Of course, life couldn't be more pleasant in the Golf R's cabin. Sculpted, high-backed front seats take pride of place and offer superior comfort and support. A grippy, thick-rimmed steering wheel, shift paddles, alloy pedals and blue-tinged instrument dials all add to a sporty sense of occasion. The overall ambiance is pleasing, augmented by tangible quality. So, is the Golf R a better option than the GTI? Well, that depends. As far as the hot hatch state-of-the-art is concerned, this car is right up there with the best, including, of course, its close relative, the Audi S3 and the Renault Megane RS Cup. But when you're talking about hatches in general, this car perhaps lacks the purity of purpose that makes the GTI so special. It's just too expensive and too complex. In fact, as the car stands here, it's worth almost 480,000 Rand, and that's a lot of money to pay. With 188 kilowatts of turbo power, the Golf R is no slouch on the performance front, and it delivers its dynamic goods effortlessly with road banners to match. The result is a thoroughbred performance hatch that's up there with the best. However, you pay dearly for the privilege, and the GTI remains the purist's choice.